Hello students, welcome to Mr. Peña's English tutoring channel. This live stream, I'm triple dipping. This is for my math tutoring channel, which is for K-12 students. The English channel, which is for ESOL students, those learning English. ESOL, it means English to speakers of other languages. And my Catholic channel, where I talk about the Catholic faith. So I'm triple dipping, so I'm giving the schedule now ahead of time. Hour 1, we will be working on CASAS test practicing, reading and math. So if you're here to learn math, you can stay for hour 1 because we will be going through math problems, which are about at middle school level. Lower middle school level, but there are some problems that are a little bit more complicated. Hour 2, we will be going through middle school mathematics. That's 6th grade and 7th grade. On the third hour, we'll be going through middle school mathematics, but 7th grade, finishing off 7th grade, and they're going off into 8th grade math. And then hour 4, we'll be reading some material. So if you're here for math, that probably does not pertain to you. We'll be reading Catholic material, Catholic content, Catholic passages, and discussing some aspects of that religion. So if you're here to learn English and you just happen to be a Catholic, it'll be very beneficial to you. Or if you just want to learn practice your English. This is going to be a live call-in, and hour 5 will be just English conversation practice. It'll be more open-ended and free. We'll be able to talk about whatever or whoever. Or if you have a math problem, you can step up to the live stream and join. Give and discuss your math problems. So hour 5 will be open-ended. So there's that. And let's begin our CASAS practice test. This will be level A. There are 4 levels to the CASAS practice test. There are 4 study guides given to us on the website, 4 different levels. We have level A, which is the easiest. Consider this like a warm-up. We have level B, level C, and level D. Each one is more difficult than the next one. If you want the study guide, I'll go ahead and send it to you. Just join my Patreon using the link below. And the study guides that you see on the screen will be available for free as a post. If you just click on the link down below, the link to the Patreon, which is available in the description, I'll send this to you, no strings attached, as a way of saying thank you for becoming a patron. And you don't have to join the paid version. I'll send it. It's on the free public version. So why don't I share that link now so we can get it out of the way. A key little tip: procrastination is the enemy of success. Okay, here you go. I pinned a comment to the top. If you want to learn more English and practice CASAS with me, just click on the link down below and I'll send this to you for free. This whole study guide. There's 4 actually. Remember, for those just joining, level A, B, C, and D. We're going to be doing CASAS practice. So we're going to be practicing our English. The first half, we're practicing reading. And then we're going to be practicing math. Math is a little bit different. It's level A, B from what I saw, and then level C, D. So this encompasses the reading portion of the CASAS practice today. This encompasses the math portion of our CASAS practice. Any questions, leave them down in the chat. Any questions at all, just find me in the chat. This here is a pair of shoes. This is a pair of shoes. This, I'm referring to that object. What color are these shoes? These shoes are brown. That's the first little warm-up question. Now let's move on to practice question number 2. What does that picture say? The picture says Monday. The question is day, month, year, or week. The answer is day. Monday is a day of the week. So we would say Monday is a day of the week. It is the first day of the week. Monday is the first day of the week. So your answer would be A. This is a stop sign because you've officially finished this section of the test, but we're just doing we're just practicing our warm-ups. What is that in the picture? Pencil. This is a pencil. We use pencils to write. This is a pencil. We use pencils to write. I'm looking at the screen now. Let's make this a little bigger. Yeah, there you go. Now I'm going to borrow this so I can write in the next problem. Ah, yes. Community swimming pool. Monday through Saturday. It is open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday only. It is open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We got that. We got that. No babies younger than 3 years old. Babies younger than 3 cannot swim in the pool. It says here, a parent must be with children 3 to 10 years old. A parent must be with children 3 to 10 years old. So, the pool opens on Sunday at what time? We find the word Sunday and we find the word open. And it says 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sundays. So it opens on Sunday at 10 a.m. Good. Now we have a character by the name of Cool Cat. Fun for kids. I'm going to give you about a minute so you can read that on your own. Try to answer 3 and 4. And I'll get back to you in about a minute or two. Are we ready? Okay. It says Cool Cat the movie. Community Center, Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Tickets. A child ticket is $3. An adult ticket is $4.50. Buy tickets for 2 children. The third is free. For more information, call 232-555-1200. How much is one adult ticket? We're looking for adult ticket. And in the problem, it says here that an adult ticket is $4.50. Pretty good. Now, number 4. How can you get a free child ticket? Buy 1 child ticket, buy 2 child tickets, buy 1 adult ticket, buy 3 adult tickets. How can you get a free child ticket? It says here, free child ticket. It says here, buy tickets for 2 children, the third is free. So buy tickets for 2 children. And the third is free. So a child ticket is $3, but for 2 children, it'll be $6. And then that one for 1 child, if you have 2 children and you bring another one, it'll be $6 in total. So it says, how can you get a free child ticket? Buy 2 child tickets. If you have any questions, type it in the chat. I would love to address it with you. Moving on, we have ingredients for salsa chicken recipe. 4 chicken pieces, 1 cup corn, 2 cups chopped onions, 2.5 cups of chicken broth, and 2/3 cup salsa. How much corn is in this recipe? We're looking for corn. So it says here the word corn. And so we are looking for 1 cup. That's it. This was actually easier than the previous one. If you know anyone learning English, feel free to share this with them so that they can join. Now we have an email. Amina Sahari wrote the email. So I'm actually going to the question first so that we can look for Amina Sahari and Amina Sahari. Now I'm going to read the email. It says, Dear Mariela, yes, I have your application and the job is still open. We start interviews on Wednesday. Can you come at 3 p.m. or 4 p.m.? Amina Sahari, office manager. Jay's restaurant. So, Amina is the office manager for Jay's restaurant. And it says here, she is writing to Mariela Sanchez. So she wrote the email on Wednesday. Although it says here that she wrote the email on Monday. So A is incorrect. She wrote the email at 3 p.m. Well, we have 3 p.m. here, but it says, can you come at 3 p.m.? She did not write the email at 3 nor 4. She's not, it doesn't say that's when she wrote the email. She's asking Mariela, can she come in those times? Amina Sahari wrote the email to Mariela Sanchez. That is correct. She wrote the email to Mariela Sanchez. That's better. So our answer is C. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. Now I'm going to give you about a minute so you can try this problem on your own. I'll put the timer. Okay, so it says, Jane takes the bus to school or rides her bike. This is a little small, so I'm going to enlarge it. I want us to see this clearly as possible. So let's make it bigger. There you go. Jane takes the bus to school or rides her bicycle. It is too far to walk and she doesn't drive. Today, she waited at the bus stop while it was raining. She forgot her umbrella at home and was wet when she arrived at school. Next time, She will bring her umbrella. Where did Jane leave her umbrella? At home, at school, on the bus, at the bus stop. We're looking for the word umbrella. And in the story, it says, next time she will bring her umbrella. It says, she forgot her umbrella at home and was wet when she arrived at school. So where did she leave her umbrella? She left her umbrella at home. All right, that concludes level A. Now we're going to get on to level B. If you're just joining, these study guides are available online. If you want me to send you a copy, join my Patreon down below at no cost to you. Even just join the free version, the public version, and I'll send you this study guide absolutely free. It should be a post pinned on the top. It will be available at the end of this live stream. Now let's move on to the question. It says, mark your answers on the answer sheet. Use a number 2 pencil only. Please do not write in the test booklet. Try to answer every question. Choose the one best answer. If you want to change an answer, be sure to erase the first mark completely. Oh, okay, so practice 1 and 2 has to do with this story. So the story is not next to the questions. How are we going to fix that? Here you go. Camera World, Employee Newsletter. Camera World wants to welcome Sandra Kim to the accounting team. Sandra brings 20 years of experience in the camera business, including 12 years with our competitor, PhotoWorks. Please take a moment to stop by Sandra's desk and introduce yourself to the newest player on our team. What is the main reason this announcement is in the newsletter? Technology is frozen a little bit. I gotta close it for 1 second. And I'm gonna open it right back up. There you go. For those who are just joining, hour 1 is CASAS test practice, math and reading. Hour 2 and hour 3 is middle school mathematics. Hour 4 is philosophy and religion. And hour 5 is English practice conversation. Hour 5 is more open-ended. We can talk about anything, but it's designed particularly for those learning English. There we go. Opening up the technology now. Hey, there you go. Now we are back. I want to make this banner a little bit smaller so it doesn't take up the entire screen. Let's go with minimal. There you go. If that's there, then it'll help ease the confusion. Number one. This will be number one. This will be number two. What is the main reason this announcement is in the newsletter? The main reason. To say goodbye to Sandra, to make Sandra feel welcome, to talk about benefits at, what is it, PhotoWorks, to describe Sandra's accounting duties. And so it says in the first sentence, Camera World wants to welcome Sandra Kim to the accounting team. So they want to welcome Sandra Kim. So it's not to say goodbye, but to make Sandra feel welcome. You see the word welcome here? They're welcoming her to the team. That's that word right here, welcome. Don't you like feeling welcomed? Yes, of course. Practice 2. In line 5, the writer of the newsletter uses the word team to give a feeling of ability, athletics, community, weakness. What does he talk about in terms of team? The writer uses the word team to give a feeling of community. It's like, welcome to the community. Please take a moment to stop by Sandra's desk and introduce yourself to the newest player on our team. Notice how they underlined it. Team does give you a sense of community. Like, oh, you're part of the team. You're part of the family. We are one. We're together. That's what they mean by team. When a company says, oh, welcome to the team. I hope this is clear and visible to the naked eye on the screen. Yeah, you can't really see 1 and 2 because of the announcement on the bottom. So let me take away the banner. Maybe I can make this bigger for you. I hope this helps you see the problems. Okay, it says, When does Sammy play soccer? We're looking for the word soccer. He plays on Monday, Tuesday, and Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Where's the word soccer? Oh, there's soccer. So here we have the word soccer. And it says that on his schedule, this is a schedule, by the way, he plays soccer on Friday. Pretty good. Number 2, Sammy's calendar shows that on Thursday at 5 p.m., he cleans the house, goes to math class, does the laundry, goes to work. So we're looking for the word Thursday and 5 p.m. So Thursday at 5, it shows that he's doing laundry. So he does the laundry. This is Sammy's. It says calendar. We call this schedule because we're looking at the times of each day. But yeah, this will be considered a weekly calendar. It goes from Monday through Friday. All right. Now we have 3 and 4. I'm going to try to get the questions next to that so we can see it clearly. You know what? I'm going to do something even better. I'm going to get 3 up here and 4 over here. There you go. Now, Martinez Community Center, open daily from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., except holidays. Programs sign up in the Mary Martinez room. After school program. It has homework help, computer games, arts and crafts activities. Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Computer room. Computer programming classes for high school students only meets every Thursday for 6 weeks from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Classes not offered on the weekend this year. Activity room. Daily entertainment for older adults. Games, movies, classes, exercise. See schedule at the front desk for ages 65 and up. This community center offers exciting programs for the local community. Our mission is to improve local residents' quality of life with social, educational, and recreational activities. We receive our support from the local government and through donations from community members. This is Maria's Community Center. So number 3 says, where can seniors attend special classes? special classes. We're looking for seniors. A senior is someone who is above the age of 65. We consider them the elderly. It also says seniors, those who are above 65, daily entertainment for older adults. So it's not the exact word senior, but they do call them older adults. And so it is in the activity room. There you go. Now I'm going to give you about a minute or two to answer number 4. And I'll be right back. Okay, our minute is up. Let's move on to number 4 and check your answer. How often do the computer classes meet? Every evening? On the weekend? Once a week? Every 2 weeks? So we're looking for computer classes. Well, it has to be in the computer room, right? It says computer programming classes for high school students only meet every Thursday. Every Thursday. Week 1 Thursday, week 2 Thursday, week 3 Thursday. So that's once a week. So the answer is C. They meet on Thursdays on a weekly basis. Ooh, we have a resume. Resumes are important. They're a way to showcase your skills. So I want to make the resume big enough, and I don't want the questions to be bigger than the actual picture. So move the question over here. Oh, come on. You're supposed to copy and paste. There it is. Number 5 will be here on the right. And number 6 will be right here on the right as well. Resume. We're looking at Olivia Lang. First, we have her address. We have her email. This is her mailing address, or where she lives. This is her email address. And then over here, we have her phone number. Her phone number. Now, her education, her certifications, her specialties, and employment history. She went to college and high school. She has a plumber certification. She has specialties regarding plumbing. And this is considered her work history. Employment is a short way of saying work history. So I've broken down her resume. And so what are the questions? Based on Olivia's resume, she would most likely be hired to repair a broken lawnmower, a broken window pane, slow draining sink, slow running computer. Well, it says here she's a plumber, and she's most likely going to be hired to repair a slow draining sink. Number 6, the information in the employment section of Olivia's resume is from the information in the employment section of Olivia's resume is organized from most recent to least recent, most specific to least specific, least technical to most technical, least important to most important. Let's look at it closely. Is it most to least or least to most? We're looking for recent, specific, technical, important. Is it listed in terms of time? Recent. Well, it says here 2009 to 2011, but it says here 2004. This happened first. This happened second. So this is going from, at least in the education section, it's going from most recent to least recent. That's one way of looking at it. However, then it's going to 2011. So it's still going, so it goes back to the most recent. So it's not in any order in terms of time. Because on the bottom, you have 2016 to 2014 to 2011. So this is also going from most to least. But the problem is, you go from 2004 to 2011, so the times are all messed up. So I'm going to take away the most recent, because this is messing it up. 2009, 2004, 2011. It goes back and forth from most recent to least to most, and then back to most recent again. So does it go from specific? I don't see anything specific. It's just high school certifications. There's no order of specificity. Now, technical, It says least technical to most. This is the least technical. So I see that they do have a point there. And over here, it definitely is the most technical in a sense. But now, least important to most important. You could say that they're both important. They're all important, right? But employment seems to be more, education seems to be less important than work history. Employees want to know that you have a history of employment more than education. A specialty is more important than a certification. This is top notch. So check this out. Employment is a big plus plus plus. Specialties is a plus 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 because it is bigger than a certification, which is just a little bit more than education. So it seems to be actually in order of importance. Now let's double check the answer because the answer key is at the bottom. I do want to double check just in case. Number 6 of level B. That's online school. There you go. CASAS practice. Level B. Number 6. I'm going to say it's D. Do you think it's D or C? You can go ahead and write it in the chat. Yeah, education is important, but I'm just going to go ahead and put least important to most important. Ah, I see. Okay. Now I see it. Let's clear this up a little bit. And let's explain again. Let's look at the first date of each one. 2009, 2011, 2016. 2009 is more recent than 2011. 2011 is more recent than 2016. So, because of that, actually this is the answer. Most recent to least recent. I know that then it goes to 2004, but it's irrelevant because 2009 is more recent to 2004, and then we're comparing 2011 to 2009. So this happened first, this happened second, and this happened third. That's just the way it is. I guess D was my gonna be my original choice. I guess the best possible choice after A, but numbers are more specific than importance. It's hard to measure importance, but I would say that employment is more important than specialty, which is more important than certification and than education. But listen to what CASAS is asking for. Recent can be quantified. So this is more quantified, like numeric. That's all I'm going to say about that. Oh, now we have a letter with the questions in a completely different page. So let's fix that. Copying. And there we go. This is nice. Much nicer. Here's the letter. Let's take a look at Clara Ryan, line 6. Just keep that in mind as we read. We're looking for Clara, writing to Ryan, and line 6. But first, let's read the letter. Ryan, I stopped by earlier, but you were not home. I am upset that you have not fixed the problem we talked about last week. There's still a lot of garbage in your yard. I'm asking you again to please put it in the trash where it belongs. I don't like to complain, but I want to resolve this problem. I'm trying to sell my house. People who come to look at it are not happy about the litter in your yard. Thank you, Clara. It says, Clara wants to sell her house, help Mr. Ryan, clean up her yard, apologize to Mr. Ryan. It says here, I am trying to sell my house. So our answer is A. Now, look for the main reason Claire wrote to Ryan. I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes to do 8 and 9. I'll see you soon. Okay, we're almost there. So number 8, the main reason Clara wrote to Ryan was to ask him to remove the litter. Complain about their neighbors, offer to help him with his yard, tell him she is happy they are neighbors. Very positive, but no. It says, I'm asking you again to please put it in the trash where it belongs. Put what in the trash? There is still a lot of garbage in your yard. And people who come to look at it, she's trying to sell her house, are not happy about the litter in your yard. So she wants him to remove the litter. There's too much litter in his backyard. She's talking about trash. The garbage or the trash is the litter. Now, let's get to number 9. In line 6, which word would best replace resolve in this letter? I don't like to complain, but I want to resolve this problem. Does she want to aid the problem? No. Assist the problem? How about fix the problem? Or, okay, she wants a problem to be fixed. She's not kicking him out, but she does want the problem to be fixed. So there goes that. So that's where we're going to end it there with goal B with the CASAS testing. Now, I had said that all the way in the beginning. Hour 1 was going to be CASAS test practice. Hour 2 was going to be middle school mathematics. And so let's get to middle school mathematics now. What I was actually doing was taking the next math problem. So now let's go live. Well, we're already live, but I was helping with a little problem, and actually I'm going to put it on the screen. But first, I'm going to write the distance formula. So go ahead and write that with me. So what I was just doing is the distance formula. And the distance formula only works if you have an ordered pair. And here's going to be our ordered pair. We have 3 and 2, and 5 and 4. So we're going to apply the distance formula. This will be point number 1. This will be point number 2. We're going to say that X is blue and Y is red. That's the simplest way that I can put this. And now I want to move this a little bit more over here. And move that a little bit more over here. So 3 and 2, this will be x1, this will be x2, this will be y1, this will be y2. And so what we have is x2 being 5, x1 being 3, y2 being 4, y1 being 2. So now we move down or move along the distance formula with good handwriting, by the way. And with space. There you go. The distance between those 2 points, point 1 and point 2. Will be 5 minus 3, which is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. So we have 2 and 2 to the power of 2. Now, growing up, I had great math teachers, but a lot of the steps they did in their head. That does not work for SPED students like me. So I try to write every problem step by step without doing anything in my head. No offense to them. But 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Now, 4 plus 4 is 8. And so the answer is 8 units. Okay, we'll be back for the next problem. Okay, we are doing CASAS test practice for math. This will also help you with middle school math. So, opening up the math goals from the CASAS. If you want this study guide, go ahead and click on the link down below. The answer key is at the bottom, but we're going to go over each problem one by one. We just started the distance formula. So, practice 1. Can this be expanded? Yes. Mark your answers on the answer sheet. Using number 2 pencil only. Please do not write in the test booklet. Try to answer every question. Choose the best one to answer. If you want to change an answer, be sure to erase the first mark completely. Brad and Amy each have $5 for greatest gift. It says each have $5. How much money do they have together to buy the gift? $10. Because you have Brad and you have Amy's $5. And then together, you have $10. You have $10 all together. If it feels easy now, don't worry, it'll get harder. I promise. But that's good though. We gotta go to the level that suits us. That's just, and besides, this is just a little practice one anyway. Practice 2. I'll give you guys a second to answer that on your own. Okay, let's get started. How high is the stack? Patrice has 3 boxes of cards. Each box is 2 inches thick. The boxes are stacked on top of each other. So, 3 boxes each are 2 inches thick. So you get 6, right? 3 boxes of cards. Each box is 2 inches. So in total, you get 6 inches. So, yeah. Getting into elementary now. Where is the math? CASAS practice. Oh, that's where I had lost it. It's okay. Moving on to the actual problems, right? That are going to be a actual challenge. Gina is buying a shirt that costs $10. The sales tax is 7.5%. This is going to have 5 problems for level A to B, and then we'll get to the next levels. How much will the tax be? You have 7.5% sales tax. Let's make this a little smaller. 7.5%. Now 50%, right, will be equal to 0.5. So we move the decimal place to the left 2 times to calculate, to turn the percentage into a decimal. So we're going to move this to the left 2 times. 1, 2. And then add 2 zeros. So we're not multiplying by a percentage per se. Our new percentage as a decimal is 0.05. We need to multiply that to the cost of the total price to calculate the sales tax. And so what we get is 0.05, 0.075 times 10. And so we get 0.75. That is not the answer. That is the tax. How much will the tax be? Oh, no, wait, it is the answer. I'm so sorry. They're just asking for the tax. For a second, I thought they were asking for the total price. They're not asking for the total price. They're asking for just how much the tax will be. So 7.5% of $10 is 75 cents. The answer is C. So we can make a statement. Here's the statement. 0.75 cents is let's do it this way. 7.5% of $10 is 0.75. So 75 cents. That would be the sales tax. Now, if you want to know the total price, just, off the top of your head, that's $10.75. What would 10% be? $1. 7.5%, 75 cents. Number 2. Using the equation 24x equals 120. How many first grade classes will the school need? It says Jackson Elementary will have 120 first grade students next year. Each class can have 24 students. So is it 4, 5, 6, or 7? So it says use the equation 24x equals 120. Each class is 24 students. we have 120 students. How many classes can we have? We're going to be dividing both sides by 24. If we have 120 students and group them into 24, that's division. 24 cancels out and you get X. How many classes? That's 120 divided by 24. Don't use a calculator for simple problems. 24 goes into, okay, so 24, 48, 24 times 3 would be 7, 3 times 2 is 6, okay. Let's do this. 24 times 5. Okay, there you go. So we have the multiples of 24, 48, 24 plus 24 is 48, plus 24 is 72, plus 24 is 96, plus 24 is 120. And like how I said, don't use a calculator, but I'm using it to save time, not to just skip every single math I have to do. So 24 times 5, you can have 5 classes. With 120 students, 24 per class, you can have 5 classes. The answer is B. Now we go to our next problem. Try to do this on your own. I'm going to give you about a minute or two. I won't be out long. Good luck. All right. Now, which best describes line QR and line ST? They're equal in length. Doesn't look like it, right? Because this is not a square, this is a rectangle. Maybe if it was a square. They're not intersecting. Intersecting will be this, like here. That would be, so line A, line B, that would be intersecting. And over here, we can actually just kind of draw over the line a bit. And then draw over this line. And they're not the same length. They are not the same length. Are they perpendicular? This is perpendicular. So they're not perpendicular. They are parallel. So the answer is D. Now, it says 1 foot is 12 inches. A piece of string is 144 inches long. How many feet is the string? So if 12 inches is 1 foot, and how many feet is the string? The piece of string is 144 inches long. So how do you get from 12 to 144? Or rather, how do you get from 144 to 12? Just divide them. 144 divided by 12 is 12. So they multiplied by 12. Move backwards, you divide. Move forward, you multiply. So what I do to the top, I'm going to do to the bottom. The answer is going to be 12 feet. The answer is going to be 12 feet. This is called a proportion. Good. Now we have lunch cart orders. According to the graph, about how many people ordered from the lunch cart on Tuesday? I want to see the graph more clearly. The question is a little small. Now, according to the graph, about how many people ordered from the lunch cart on Tuesday? This math is useful, but it's the CASAS math. It's designed for English language learners. If you're in middle school, stay put, because we're going to be starting middle school math very soon. Although this type of math, especially the last problem, is middle school. But anyways, that's why I'm taking the time to do the weekdays. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And on the bottom, we have 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. This is designed for the English language learners practicing for the CASAS math test. But anyways, according to the graph, about how many people ordered from the lunch cart on Tuesday? About right there. In between 30 and 40, which when you average it up gives you 35. So you would say 35 people ordered from the lunch cart on Tuesday. That's 35 people. There you go. Now, that was level AB. Now we're going to get into level CD. They're going to be a little more difficult. If you want the goal, join my Patreon. Click on the link below. I'll send you the study guide for free. It will be available soon for download on Patreon. I'm opening the guide. All right, the problem is that it's freezing up on me, so I gotta close it. I will just share the screen soon. It's freezing up on me a little bit because when what I'm doing is I'm opening up the presentation. If you're learning English or math, please bear with me. I am downloading the study guide so that we can go ahead on to the next practice problems. If you're working on middle school math, this would help you. If you're learning even English, it'll help you because there is a math portion to the CASAS test. If you're new here, stop by and say hello. Maybe just write in the chat. Here's the schedule for today. The first hour, it's about an hour. It's not like perfectly in the middle. So anyway, hour 1 is CASAS test practice reading, which we've already done. Hour 2 is middle school mathematics. So now we are in CASAS mathematics, and we are heading on to middle school mathematics. Freezing up one more time. So let me try again. Hour 3 is middle school mathematics part 2. So like middle 7th grade to 8th grade. Hour 4 we'll be talking about philosophy and religion, but it's really English practice. And then hour 5 will be open-ended Q&A English practice. Okay, there might be a lot going on my computer, so I will return shortly and continue the stream. I'm just gonna have to restart. I hope to see you all soon. I'm not ending the stream. It'll be back in a couple of minutes. There you go. Fixed it. I just had to restart the computer. It was getting very, very glitchy, and it wouldn't download the study guide that I had. Sorry about that. I hope that you forgive me from the bottom of my heart. Gonna need an atonement for that. Midtown Gym costs. I said sorry, but now I gotta use the bathroom. I should have just done that first. Okay. But anyways, I'll leave this here. Midtown Gym costs $40 per month to join, but is having a half price special for August. How much would it cost to join for April, May, and June? Just to help you out real quick before I step out for 1 minute. $40 per month, but a half price special for August. So it's $40 per month. But for August, you got to divide by 2. Well, this will help you with practice 1. But for August, you just have to do 40x divided by 2. X being half. Rather, x being 1. So that will help you with practice 2. Now, I hope you get it right. Please do your best. Okay. So for April, May, and June, you have 40 times 3, which is $120. So the answer is D. Now practice 2. How much would it cost to join for August? August would be 40 times 1, which is 40, divided by 2, which is 20. So those are the answers for these two. It's $40 per month, but a half price special for August. Now, if you're wondering what we're doing, we're in CASAS goals level C and D. We just did the practice problems, which are D and B, and now we are in number 1. It says, Franco is buying nails for a construction project. Each box of nails costs $14 and contains 225 nails. Franco estimates that he needs 1,800 nails. How can Franco calculate the total cost of the nails? So one box contains 225 nails and costs $14. But he needs 1,800 nails. So how can he calculate this? On the top, we have nails. I just put the bigger number on the top. And on the bottom, we have the price. So nails with nails, and then we're looking for the price. This is the main number. So it's 225. I see what they did, though. That's probably the right way. So the price is on top, which is fine. It's the same thing. Nails on the bottom. So we have price on top and nails on the bottom. Given that, our answer is A. So I'll just go ahead and erase mine, but it's going to come out to the same problem. And let's just go ahead and solve it. Why not just solve it? We're already here, right? So we have nails. And so we have cross multiplication. 225x 14 times 1,800. 1,800 times 14 is 25,000 and 200. And so we divide both sides by 225. We already have the answer, but we just want to find the total cost. What is the total cost? Because I'm curious. So it's 25,200 divided by 225. So the total cost is $112. $112 is the total cost of the nails. If you have any questions or comments, put it in the chat below. Hello, Junaid. I hope I'm spelling it right. If you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'm not sure which channel you're watching from because there's 3, but also, if anybody would like to join to practice their English, I'm going to put the link in the bottom below. Just if anybody wants to join and practice their English or talk philosophy or religion, I'm here. But for now, let's go on to the next problem. We have a special guest, Junaid, who has said hello in the chat. I'm not sure what you're learning, so if you just let me know down below and see how we can help you. Number 2, James is going to plot a line using the information in the chart. What is the equation of the line if the slope is 1/3? 1/3. Okay, the slope is 1/3. So that already discounts B and C because the slope there is 3/1. The slope of the line is 1/3. I see that we have the equation of the line right here. They've already given it to us, but let's write it. Y equals mx plus b. The slope, remember, m equals the slope, and b is the y-intercept. That's actually what we don't have. So the y-intercept can be 0 or 1. It says James is going to plot a line using the information in the chart. What is the equation of the line if the slope is 1/3? 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay. It seems like if this was a straight line, it's actually going to go through 0. I believe 0 will be the y-intercept. It's definitely closer to 0 than 1. So we're going to say that this will be the equation of the line because it's actually going closer to 0. And let's pretend that I'm drawing this nicely. There you go. So you start at 0 and then you go 1 and then 1, 2, 3. That, what we just did there, is called the slope. It's the steepness of the line. You see that? When you do it, it goes on to all the next points. So this makes the most sense. The slope is the steepness of the line. And is there anything else I can add to help maybe get the gist of this? That is the y-intercept when it intersects with the y-axis. This is the y-axis. Remember that we have a x-axis and a y-axis. So the point where it intercepts is called the y-intercept, y-int. Hello, Zuleha Karakam. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Zuhaila Karakam. Any questions? Feel free to put it down in the chat. we are practicing our English here and our middle school math. We are practicing English and middle school math. Later on, we'll be practicing our English talking about philosophy. So that's the schedule for today. Now we go on to our next problem. What do you guys think it is? We have the picture here and the problem here. This isn't, it's not going to work out for me because it's going to be a little bit too small. So I'm going to put the problem right there. Good. Now it says, angle A at the intersection of Pine Street and 5th Avenue is 60 degrees. Don't freeze, don't freeze. Not in the middle of a live stream. Okay. It froze on me for 1 second. So, hello Dana El Mahi. The stream is learning English as a second language and practicing middle school mathematics and then philosophy. So it's really an education stream. But the three main topics are English as a second language, middle school math, and then religion and philosophy. So I'm opening up the presentation because it froze up on me. Math, English, and philosophy. You can't go wrong there. I have the schedule. CASAS test is what we use, Zuheleha, to measure people's English abilities in America. CASAS is what we use to measure people's English abilities in America. So you pass the CASAS test and they say, your English is good. You can continue our programs and you can sign up for a trade school or college. So welcome to the stream. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. If you want to join on and talk about any of our topics, there it is. Hour 2 is middle school math. Hour 4, hour 3 is also middle school math, but a little bit higher. And then philosophy and religion, and then open mic. Hour 5 is considered open mic. So why don't you just write that? Open mic. Open mic. Conversation. There. I like that better. Open mic conversation. That will be more or less in the end of the live stream, but you can call now if you guys want. There you go. Because I'm going to be dissecting this later into mini videos. So here we have number 3. Intersection is 60 degrees. The intersection here, they're saying, is 60 degrees. I'm sorry, angle A is 60 degrees. What is the measure of angle B? So we do know that a straight angle is 180 degrees. I hope you can see that on the bottom. No, you can't, because the banner is blocking it. Okay. So an angle is 180 degrees. Therefore, if this is 60 and this equals to 180, then you got to subtract 180 from 60 to see what's left over. What you get is 120 degrees. If this is 120 degrees, let's put this in purple because I like purple. Then this is 120 degrees because they're the same measurement. So the answer is C. I believe somebody wrote one of the answers in the comments. Zuleha says that the answer is C. Zuleha, you are correct. I hope that I'm spelling your name right. Good job. Awesome. That awesome is for you because you got C. So I'm just saying good job. Now, let's go on to the next one. Jeremy's patio. Ooh, that looks a little tricky. Jeremy's patio. This is like a little tutoring session. So, but it's more like chill, you know? It's not like a teacher yelling at you or something. This is a chill tutoring session. You can call in to hang out and talk about certain topics to help our English language learners. But right now I'm just doing math to help our math language learners. Math learners. There's no such thing as math learners. Okay, what is the approximate area of Jeremy's patio? So we have approximate area. What do you guys think it is? Try to do it on your own first. Ah, I see. Good at math, but my English not good. Well, you've come to the right place. This is actually for the English test called CASAS, but it's CASAS math. If you go to the beginning of the live stream, Zuleha, we do have our English portion. When I get into philosophy, we'll be doing more English. I'll be reading and we can be talking in English. My channel has many videos on English, and I'll be going live actually every day. Sundays probably take a break, but especially Monday through Thursdays, I go live in the evenings, and on Saturday mornings, I go live. Fridays and Sundays are optional, or bonus. Sometimes I go live, sometimes I don't, but that's my recording schedule. If you want help with English, this goes for anybody, by the way. You could join my English Learning Patreon. You can join the free version and get my 10-day grammar guide. I have a 10-day grammar guide where you can practice your English for free. It's a free guide. If you join just the free version of Patreon, you can get it as a pinned post on the top of the Patreon channel as a Patreon member. Oh, thank you, Zuleha. I greatly appreciate you following the channel. I clicked the link down below. There's a paid version of Patreon where we get exclusive content, downloadable resources, and a live chat. I have an English live chat, a WhatsApp group chat. You can join it by downloading the PDF guide, the 10-day grammar guide. And there's a link to the WhatsApp group. We do voice calls every day. You're all welcome to join. So, what is the approximate area of Jeremy's patio? Remember, a patio is that part of the house that is outside. Most of the time it's in the front of the house, but it can also be on the outside. So we got to find the area of a square, and then we got to find the area of a half circle, which is basically finding the area of a circle and then dividing by 2. So the area of a square is base times height. The area of a circle, can I get that off the top of my head? Area of a circle. Ah, that's easy. Pi radius to the power of 2. Pi radius to the power of 2. What do you guys think the answer is? If you can get it before me, by all means. I do take a little long on purpose. So, we do 12 the diameter here is 4 and here is 8. So 8 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is 12. And 6 plus 6 is 12. So the base is 12 by 12. So the area of the square is 144 feet squared. If I make a mistake, please help me out. Sometimes it's hard for me to pay attention because of my disability. But I know that I'm pretty sure that the area here is 144. And now the area of that circle is pi, being 3.14. I'll do that in purple. The area of a circle is, I don't really like to use 3.14. I'm going to do 22 over 7 times the radius. Okay, the diameter is 6. Okay, so this is circle 1. We will do circle 2 in green, but let's do circle 1 first. And we just did the square in blue. So circle 1. Circle 1 is radius is half a diameter. So to find the radius, how to find the radius with the diameter? Division. The distance between the center of the circle, the diameter is always double the radius. Thus, divide the diameter by 2. So 3. That's it. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And to the power of 2. And so we get 22 over 7 times 3 squared. 3 times 3 is 9. So we get the first circle being 28 and 2 over 7. Now, we're going to find the area of that circle. The radius is half of the diameter. So if the diameter is 4, the radius is 2. So 22 over 7 times 2 to the power of 2 is 22 over 7 times 4, which is 12 and 4 over 7. So the area here is 12, 4, 7. The area here is 28, 2, and 7. So that's how we find the areas of all these figures. And now what we got to do is add these figures. We add 144 plus 12, 4 over 7, plus 28 and 2 over 7. And we get 144 plus 12, 4 over 7 plus 28, 2 over 7. And so the answer is 184. 184. With a little bit of a fraction, but it's because I chose to not use the decimal. I kind of we're going to round. So 184 would be the correct answer. This was number 5. Okay, moving on. Take this to the cell. No, it's just D. iPad running out of battery. Let me fix that. Celia rides a downtown trolley 3 times every day. There are 5 trolleys that run on the loop downtown. What is the probability that Celia will ride the number 2 trolley on all 3 trips today? So she rides it 3 times every day. How probable is it that Celia rides trolley number 2 on all 3 trips? You guys take a second to figure that out while I shall return soon. All right. So every day, Celia uses the vehicle 3 times. There are total 5 vehicles which operate in a repeated manner. It means since the person uses vehicle A on all 3 times, the order matters. The permutation is used to find the number of outcomes. For a permutation replacement sample of R elements, basically 5 to the power of 3. 5 trolleys, 3 times 5 times 5 times 5 times. That's 5 times 5 times 5, which gives you 125. So there are 125 possible outcomes. Since there are 5 vehicles, we have to select only vehicle A, so the number of favorable outcomes are 1. So the probability is total outcomes, and she will ride number 2 trolley on all 3 trips. The required answer is 1/25. Perfect. Now we have open mic conversation practice. I'm going to open up the next slide, so I'll be back for that. So we have a goal setting worksheet, which it is free to download. If you want to have this goal setting worksheet, join the Patreon. Using the link below. When you join the Patreon, you'll get this absolutely free. It's just a way to say thank you for joining the family. This is available in the Math Patreon and in the English Patreon. You fill out this goal setting worksheet and you have goals ready for the new year. Okay, what I'm doing now is opening up the math so we can go to the problems at hand. Basically looking up the pacing guide to see what we have for Monday. Okay, solve unit rate problems. We're going to be solving unit rate problems. So we're going to be looking at ratio and rates word problems. That's pretty cool. Ratio and rates word problems. Come on. Activate. Oh, S.15. That's what I was looking for. S.15. Okay, here's our first problem. Bobby likes to hike the trails near his house. On Saturday, he spent 4 hours hiking 8 miles. If he hikes at the same rate, how many hours will he spend hiking on Sunday? So he spent 4 hours hiking 8 miles. And on Sunday, he wants to hike 12 miles. So that gives us 4 hours per 8 miles. So how exactly do you get to hours? That's what we're looking for. So we set up the proportion. And then we cross multiply. 4h times 12h, or rather 4 times 12. Here on top we have the hours, on the bottom we have the miles. So 4 times 12, 24, 36, 48 equals 8x. I'm not sure why I'm writing it slanted if the desk is straight and the computer is straight. Please forgive me. Hours on top. Hours over miles. There we go. Now I can finally get back to normal. So remember, 4 hours and 8 miles. And then we cross multiply. 4 times 12, 8 times x. That's 48 times 8x. And then what do we get? We divide both sides by 8. And we get x equals 48 divided by 8. Which is 6. So the answer is 6 hours. Bobby will spend 6 hours hiking on Sunday. That's the gist of that. Very cool. Any questions? Feel free to put it down in the chat. We're doing math for now, but we're going to be moving on to English practice through 2 controversial topics, philosophy and religion. But essentially, it's 6 hours. So I'll leave this on the screen so we can practice a little bit, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what do we have? The Statue of Liberty is about 300 feet tall and 30 feet wide. So tall on the top, wide on the bottom. The town of Unionville is building a smaller model for their 4th of July celebration. Unionville statue will be 3 feet wide. How tall should Unionville statue be? How tall? Tall, which goes on the top. So that's the missing number. So we get 900, right? Because we're going to multiply, cross multiply. 900 equals 30 over x. And so this becomes a one-step equation. Divide both sides by 30. And we get x equals 90 divided by 3, which gives us 30. So the question is 30 equals x. Okay, now we move on to continuing middle school math, right before we get into our further English practices. At Pages A Plenty bookstore, the more books you buy, the more books you get. With the special deal, a customer gets 2 free books for every 7 purchased books. They purchased 21 books. So it says customer gets 7 purchased books, rather 2 free books when you purchase 7. And then it says Larry purchased 21 books. So what's the missing link? What's the missing number? Again, you got to cross multiply. 7x equals 21 times 2, which is 42. Yeah. And now you get divided by 7, divided by 7. So x equals 42 divided by 7, which is 6. So the answer here is 6. How many free books did Larry get? Larry got 6 free books. Good. Moving into our next problem. At Roseville Middle School Spring Festival, Ellen is running the egg dyeing station. She needs 5 tablespoons of vinegar for every 2 color tablets she uses. Ellen plans to use 16 color tablets. How many tablespoons of vinegar will Ellen need? I'm going to go on mute for like a minute to give you guys a chance to maybe solve this No, I'll just solve it. Here's the first step. Ooh. My Apple Pencil was stuck near my writing tablet. Okay. So we have, first of all, the view should be at 100. There you go. And so the view's at 100. Here it is. She needs 5 tablespoons of vinegar for every 2 colored tablets she uses. So 5 tablespoons for every 2 colored tablets. Tablespoons on top, colored tablets on the bottom. Ellen plans to use 16 colored tablets. How many tablespoons of vinegar will Ellen need? That's the question mark. So tablespoons of vinegar that she needs will be represented by an X. Now we simply cross multiply. We will get 5 times 16 equals 2 times X. Five times 16 gives us 80. 2 times X is 2X. Now what we do is divide by 2. Divide both sides by 2. Because you're doing 2 times X. So you got to do the reciprocal. The reciprocal of multiplication is division. So 80 divided by 2 is 40. And so we get 40. So Ellen will need 40 tablespoons of vinegar. Sounds good. 40 tablespoons of vinegar. If I made a mistake or if you have any questions, feel free to write it in the chat. Although I just put it in the system, there are no mistakes. This is correct. Now, copying this for my day job. And we'll move on to the next problem soon enough. Any questions, feel free to write it in the chat. We're getting closer to our open-ended open mic session, so if you want to practice your English, feel free. We're going to now get into our Catholic Live portion. Oh, no wonder you can't see it because of the banner. Ellen will need 40 tablespoons of vinegar. Now we're going to be getting into philosophy. Or rather, religion, right? We're going to read this passage. This is for the Catholic passage. It's going to be today a little Bible study. So hang on tight while I get myself situated. All right. The lighting isn't very good because the window's right next to me. Please forgive me for the lighting. But we're going to get on to a little homily. You don't have to be Catholic, even if you're a humanist, a secular humanist, a non-Catholic. Just consider this a little piece of literature, a little piece of non-dogmatic literature. Today's topic is going to be about compassion. So if you're expecting supernatural elements, I'm not that type of Catholic. The topic is Mark, and I'm getting myself ready. I'm almost there. Just getting my transcripts of where I prepared the... there you go, I found it. Okay. Now, it says, a leper came to him, kneeling down and begged, and said, if you wish, you can make me clean. Moved with pity, he stretched out his hand, touched the leper, and said to him, I will do it. Be made clean. The leprosy left him immediately, and he was made clean. Then, warning him sternly, he dismissed him at once. Then he said to him, see that you tell no one anything, but go, show yourself to the priest, and offer for your cleansing what Moses prescribed. That will be proof for them. The man went away and began to publicize the whole matter. He spread the report abroad, so that it was impossible for Jesus to enter a town openly. He remained outside in deserted places, and people kept coming to him from everywhere. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise be to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Grant us, O Lord, the gift of your Holy Spirit, to enlighten our minds and open our hearts as we seek to understand and interpret the sacred texts before us. Introduction. Overview of the Gospel passage. Jesus healing the leper. Compassion unveiled. Healing beyond barriers. Dear brothers and sisters in Christ, today's Gospel unfolds a poignant moment of divine compassion in the ministry of our Lord Jesus Christ. A leper, burdened by the weight of societal exclusion, approached Jesus with a plea for healing, saying, if you wish, you can make me clean. In a gesture of profound mercy, Jesus touched the leper and declared, I will do it. Be made clean. This act of healing goes beyond the boundaries of conventional norms. Jesus, motivated by a deep well of compassion, not only cured the leper's physical ailment, but also mended the wounds of isolation and rejection. In this moment, we witness the transformative power of divine love breaking through the barriers that divide and diminish human dignity. While the healing touch of Jesus is undeniably central to this narrative, there's a subtle yet significant twist. After the leper's cleansing, Jesus, with a stern warning, instructed him not to publicize the miraculous event, but to adhere to the laws of Moses by showing him to the priest. This nuanced guidance unveils a deeper wisdom, a recognition of the importance of societal norms and the journey toward reintegration. As we reflect on this gospel passage, we are called to emulate the compassionate spirit of Jesus in our own lives. True healing, as revealed in this story, extends beyond the physical realm, encompassing the emotional and social dimensions of our shared humanity. Let us be inspired by the silent wisdom of Jesus, reaching out to heal wounds, uplift spirits, and foster a community of love and acceptance. May the healing touch of Jesus guide us in our journey of compassion and understanding. Amen. So, this talks about emphasis on divine compassion and healing. In terms of the act of compassion, the leopard plea for Jesus' response. This is Mark chapter 1, verses 40 through 45. If you want the outline to this homily, join my Patreon using the link below. You should be able to see it in the channel that says Catholic Tutor, but I'll go ahead and share it with the other channels. Here I'll be sending a portion of each, the outline of this homily that I just gave. Right over here. Not just the homily, but the transcript as well, because I do type these out ahead of time. Now we're going to get into literature. So just give me one moment so I can open up the presentation. Okay, today we're going to be talking about the divinity of Christ, one of the central doctrines of the Catholic faith. We're just going to read this gospel tract given to us by St. Paul Street Evangelization. I want to say thank you to them. You don't have to be Catholic, but this is going to get into dogma So if you don't like dogma, then by all means, just you don't have to listen in. But here's the case for the divinity of Christ. It says, all Christians at all times have made a claim about Jesus Christ that no other religion has ever made about its leader. Namely, that he is God in the flesh. Unfortunately, this doctrine that many Christians take for granted is now coming under vigorous attack from many quarters, even among those who claim to believe in the inspiration of the Bible. Does the Bible indeed teach that Jesus is God? Jesus actually called himself God. First of all, it is clear that Jesus referred to himself as God. Truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham was, I am, as quoted in John 8:58. I am is the divine name, the unutterable name, the name revealed to Moses from the burning bush. By taking upon himself the divine name, Jesus is declaring his divinity. The passage from John's Gospel also strongly implies that Jesus is outside of time, an attribute that only God possesses. If Jesus is not God, then his words here are completely nonsensical. So we have a passage in the Gospel of John which Jesus declares divinity for himself. Jesus' words during his temptation in the desert are also instructive. When Satan tempted Jesus to throw himself off a cliff, even presuming to quote scripture so as to make the temptation more persuasive, Jesus responded by saying, "You should not tempt the Lord your God." Matthew 4:7, in reference to himself, Satan was tempting God by tempting Jesus, and Jesus made sure that Satan knew it. Jesus also called himself the Son of God, which the Jewish mindset was a very radical statement. During Jesus' trial before the Jewish leaders, the high priest said to Jesus, "I adjure you by the living God, tell us if you are the Christ, the Son of God." Jesus responded by saying, "You have said so." Or as the NIV has it, "Yes, it is as you say." The high priest responded by tearing his robes and saying, "He has uttered blasphemy. Why do we still need witnesses? You have now heard his blasphemy." Later, before Pontius Pilate, the Jews said, "We have a law, and by that law he ought to die, because he has made himself the Son of God." They knew that to declare oneself to be, quote, the Son of God was to, in this sense, is to declare that one was of the same nature with God, as you can tell from the passage, because they're claiming that he committed blasphemy. So the son of a father always takes on the nature of the father, or as the letter to the Hebrews tells us, the son, quote, reflects the glory of God and bears the very stamp of his nature. So the Son of God in this sense is a claim to divinity. The Jews rebuked Jesus for healing a man who couldn't walk and telling him to carry his pallet on the Sabbath. Jesus responded by saying, "My Father is working still, and I am working." So these are several claims to divinity of Jesus. If you want the rest of the tract, join my Patreon. I'll send it to you as a link, quoting down to the original verse. Thank you for joining me. I hope that this has been very instructive and informational. I will be going live again on Monday. I hope to see you there. Take care and goodbye.